Aber wenn man jetzt noch besser vorgegangen wäre, dann hätte ich die ganzen Figuren so platziert, dass sie alle nebeneinander gewesen wären. Wenn du im Menü die Option Items auswählst, kannst du deinen ausgerüsteten Waffen wechseln oder verbrauchte Items wie das Heilmittel benutzen, das die Kraftpunkte deiner Einheiten wiederherstellen.
Damn. Why are there mercenaries in the village? Guess we'll have to deal with them too.
Ein Item-Symbol rechts neben einer gegnerischen Einheit zeigt an, dass du ein Item erhältst, wenn du diesen Gegner besiegst. Das Item, das du erhältst, wird in der Detaileinsicht der Einheit grün hervorgehoben. So, wir haben sie da, wir haben da auch was im Weg. Die kommt von der Seite. Warte da mal. Ich setz dich mal dahin. Du kommst dahin. Und ich stelle mir da mal einen Busch hin. Es ist, wie gesagt, teilweise, als wenn du Schach spielen würdest. Und der Boss greift uns direkt an. Und die verbündeten Einheiten sind natürlich auch für dich da und kämpfen mit. Einige von denen können dich sogar heilen. Ja, ich weiß ungefähr, wie ich meine Teams zusammenstellen möchte. Wenn du einen Gegner angreifst, der sich zugleich in einer Reichweite einer oder mehrerer anderer Einheiten befindet, wird ein Kettenangriff ausgelöst. Beim Kettenangriff sind die Werte für Ausweichen und Treffer höher als gewöhnlich. Kettenangriffe zwischen bestimmten Einheiten erhöhen außerdem die Kraft. Der geschickte Einsatz von Kettenangriffen ist der Schlüssel zum Sieg über mächtige Gegner. Kettenangriffe sorgen außerdem für einen steigenden Unterstützungswert zwischen den bestimmten Einheiten. Er ist ein Bogenspieler. Er ist gleich gekillt, wir riskieren das. Also eigentlich hat sie viel zu viel Leben, zu wenig Leben. Ich habe jetzt wirklich drauf gespielt, dass sie zuerst angreift. Sonst hätte das auch nicht geklappt. Neun. Aber eine andere Waffe habe ich noch nicht. Jetzt 8.
Hey, you with the blank stare! Out of my way!
So. Nein, jetzt habe ich dich ja noch. Und wenn ich dich hier hinstelle, greifst du nämlich an, würdest ihn 3 wegnehmen. Damit 2. Hä? Wie? Was? Wie ich auf Steigent? Heißt das nicht steigt? Im Moment lese ich ja teilweise nur vor, was hier steht, oder ich verlese mich. So, wir haben den Boss so weit runtergekämpft und wir haben ihn noch. Und er geht jetzt hier in den Busch rein und müsste den Final Schlag ausüben. Ja. Ist jetzt egal, welchen ich nehme. Trefferquote 100%. Trefferquote 100%. Da muss man nachher noch drauf achten. Vor allem, wenn man die Waffen sich zurechtlegt und so weiter und so fort. Ja, du bist so eine Nervensäge. Ich weiß gar nicht, wieso ich dich im anderen Spielstand als Haus gewählt habe. Mir geht einer auf den Keks.
Honestly, what are you accomplishing with that little stunt? It's like you're trying to get me killed, you fool.
Ah, die kleine Göttin.
Well, it's fine. After all, if you don't know the value of your own life, you're not going to protect it very well, are you?
Oh.
Of course not.
Doch meine typische Schreibweise.
It's up to me to guide you from now on, right? You can call me Sothis, but I'm also known as the beginning.
Ich musste das Spiel vorhin auch erst suchen. Ich hatte es gestern woanders hingelegt, wo es gar nicht hingehört.
Sothis. Yes, that is it. My name is Sothis. And
Stimmt, sie hat ihr Gedächtnis verloren.
But who once called me that? I was not able to recall my name until just now. And just like that, it came to me. How odd.
Je nachdem, wie ich mich entscheide, gibt es auch hier verschiedene Szenarios oder Wege, die wir gehen. Das heißt, jedes Mal, wenn man dieses Spiel spielt, ist das ein anderer Weg. Um dieses Spiel eigentlich durchzuspielen, muss man alle 3 Häuser gespielt haben. Du bist eine Göttin.
Correct. You understand. You threw yourself before an axe to save just one young girl. Yet all is well, as I have stalled the flow of time for now. You would have died had I not intervened. There now. Is gratitude so much to ask? I did deem you worth saving after all. Though it is
Du magst mich. Ganz einfach, du magst mich.
However did I manage that? When time begins again, the axe will tear into your flesh and you will surely meet your end. How rude of you to drag me into this. Now what to do?
Dreh sie zurück. Ich will nicht, dass die andere stirbt.
Stand idly by and watch that come to pass. Oh, but perhaps. Of course. I must turn back the hands of time.
Jetzt die Beziehung zu ihr müssen wir auch erhöhen, dann kriegen wir natürlich mehr Hilfe und so weiter. Das ist der Hintergedanke. Du kannst es natürlich das Ganze auch ins Gegenteil bringen.
You really are quite troublesome. I cannot wind back time too far, but all is well. You are now go. Yes, you who bears the flames within. Drift through the flow of time to find the answer.
Ich kann in die Zukunft schauen.
Hey, over here. Huh?
Hey, did you just... The Knights of Seros are here. we'll cut you down for terrorizing our students. Hey, the thieves are running away. Go after them.
Alter, du bist zu spät.
The students seem to be unharmed. And who's this?
Why him?
In jeder Runde wird auch ein Held gewertet, wer also am besten agiert hat, also womit du selber am besten agiert hast.
My, thank you so much.
Captain Gerald? It is you! Goodness, it's been ages! Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man! Well, that's how I always thought of myself anyway. Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois, just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain.
Er sieht irgendwie betrunken aus.
Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garreg Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child? Is that so? Well, physical differences aside, your mannerisms do remind me of the captain. I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you?
Er will doch nicht, dass ich da
What's
hingehe.
troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Doch am liebsten schon, lass los, lauf. Eddie,
Even I
lauf.
from the Knights of Saros.
The Knights
Hast
of
du dein Pferd
Saros.
verloren?
They do seem rather skilled.
Wir hätten doch einfach aufs Pferd springen können und wären weg gewesen.
Ah, it seems your presence is required. Get going.
I appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker? Former captain of the Knights of Saros, oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything? How curious. I'd wager the explanation for that is fascinating indeed.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel.
Der kann wirklich quasseln. Da fällt dir wirklich das Ohr ab.
Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers' Academy at Garreg Mach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got...
That would be because you ran off.
Er hat Abstand gesucht, weil er einen Bogen hat. Er brauchte Platz zum Schießen.
True. I was the first to make a strategic retreat. Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything because of them. Every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth.
Stimmt, und
behind
jeder
the
von den
person's
drei
words.
Einzelnen ist sogar ein Prinz und Prinzessin.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one personally as the embodiment of distrust. I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Me, naive. Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
In any case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now, I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire.
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of it. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger.
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant.
Also ist jetzt die Entscheidung fällig.
Yet they are so
Rot,
impressed
blau
with you,
oder
you
gelb.
pick. Well,
Ich wähle Team Mystik. Ja. Ritter und Adel. Tradition und Geschichte. Allianz Leicester.
Is that right? Well, that's a win.
Ja, diesmal nehmen wir die gelben einfach. Das heißt, irgendwann muss ich die roten vielleicht nochmal spielen, wenn ich Lust und Laune habe.
All right, that's enough with the small talk.
Das war jetzt die Wahl für die 3 Häuser. Ab jetzt ist jeder Spielstand, den ich habe, ein unterschiedlicher Weg mit unterschiedlichen Fähigkeiten und Figuren, die wir begegnen. Wir werden aber mit der Zeit allen Figuren begegnen. Wir können auch Beziehungen zu den anderen Häusern haben.
my, they are in such a hurry. You know,
Belgrad, Dimitri, macht einen Eindruck, aber hinter der Fassade spielt ja die Dunkelheit. Eine kultivierte junge Dame, wollte ich eher sagen. Und ich habe das Gefühl, dass sie stets über mich urteilt. Sein freundliches Lächeln macht ihn sympathisch. Aber seine Augen lachen nicht mit.
yes, I thought the same. I may be sleeping, but
Kommt doch nur raus, wenn sie was will. Bis dahin schläft sie die ganze Zeit. Ich hoffe, sie schnarcht mir nicht ins Ohr. Bei Speicherstände, zwischen denen ich immer springe, so habe ich immer zweimal die Möglichkeit, ein paar Etappen nach hinten zu gehen, um das Ganze nochmal zu spielen.
Part 1. White Clouds. Great Tree Moon. 3 houses. The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fodlan, heralding the start of a new year. As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree. The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial.
Noch kurz das Fenster aufmachen und die.
In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor
Also ein bisschen frische Luft tut dir auch gut.
the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fodlan and these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
This will be your first time at the monastery. I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fodlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough. There it is. Garreg Mach Monastery.
Als wenn man in seinem eigenen Anime mitspielen würde. Die vom Anfang mit dem Schwert.
I wonder, did the flow of time bring you here?
It's been years since I've last set eyes on this place. To be forced to see her now, I've never spoken of this to you before, but many years ago, I was a knight here. I reported to the Archbishop, Lady Rhea. As you know, the majority of folks in Fodlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seros.
Und sie folgen der Göttin. Im Grunde ist die Göttin alles, wo wir nachstreben. Sie ist das, wo wir nachkämpfen. Also wenn wir jetzt in dieser Welt, in der Fire Emblem Welt sind. Die schützen wir kämpfen für sie. Sie wird angebetet und so weiter. Es gibt die Priesterin und deswegen ist es meistens mit den Klostern und so weiter.
The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Thank you for your patience, Gerald. My name is Setik. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Ich weiß nicht, er ist mir unsympathisch. Es ist, wenn er ein falsches Spiel spielen würde.
Right. Hello.
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we
Wird das
have
Gleiche
another
nicht eben
chance
auch gedacht?
meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. Born many years after I left this place. I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name? A fine name indeed.
Franzi!
From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers' Academy. Gerald, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seros, don't you? I won't say no, but...
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you. I must step away for now, but I expect they will desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully to what they have to say.
So, dann führen wir mal Gespräche.
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Seros.
Wie komme ich darf wahrscheinlich umsonst auf die Schule gehen? Was willst du?
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well.
Ja, du bist leider nicht reich.
Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it.
Wie geht das halt wie die?
You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right? Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor. And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
So, you must be the new professor. My, how stern and handsome you...
No. I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck. And watch out for Lady Rhea. I don't know what she's thinking, making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on...
Oh, it's you then? So young.
Bin kaum älter als die Schüler und bin jetzt der Lehrer.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated. As you well, I am Hanneman, a Crest Scholar and Professor at the Officers' Academy. I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare...
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress.
Oh, eine Sängerin wäre nachher gut. Dann können wir 2 Angriffe hintereinander machen.
Of course. Before I came here, I belonged to a renowned opera. Perhaps you've heard of me? The Middle Franc Opera Company is beautiful, peerless.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuela. Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the academies. I expect you haven't yet been briefed on the nature of each.
Do you really not know? Fine, I'll do.
Wir müssten das
Officers
gelbe Haus
Academy is
übernehmen.
comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin. The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next emperor.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
To think that the next emperor, king, and sovereign duke are all here. It's
I'll say, I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite. For now, I suggest taking a stroll around the academy to get your bearings. And when you've
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house. I suggest you try spending time with the students. Some odd ducks. I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going. Good.
Have you no intention of changing your mind, Rhea? Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor at our esteemed academy is...
I have made my decision, Sedith. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's flesh and blood, after all.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Gerald character? Is he not the man? I would remind you that Flane is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
Sedith, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the church, especially if they are frequent.
Yes, that matter is of great importance as well. I shall continue my... Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care.
Ich kann springen. Die läuft aber nicht.